Should you use your smartphone or a mirrorless camera for making videos for your business? In this video, I'll show you the pros and cons of each one so you can make a decision for yourself on what you should be using to make great videos for your business. Hey, Evan here with Daily Media, coming at you with another video. So here's the age-old debate. Okay, maybe not age-old, but a debate nonetheless. Should you use your smartphone or a dedicated camera for filming? You know, smartphones have come a long way if you think about it. There's a lot of awesome apps out there that'll record, allow you to do it manually, the video recording on your end. Even the built-in tools to most smartphones are fantastic. Like, it just keeps getting better and better with each iteration. I mean, heck, there's been like feature-length films, even like indie films that have used just a smartphone as their main camera for recording. But there's still the old time-tested mirrorless camera, dedicated camera. In fact, that's what I'm using right now to record, my trusty Panasonic GH5. Now, let's say you've got the money to invest in a dedicated camera. Should you make that investment, or should you just stick with your iPhone? So let's talk smartphones for a second here. They're simple, they're easy to use. You probably already have one right in your pocket. If you don't have the money to invest and you want to just hit the ground running making videos, then smartphone may be your best bet. Like I said, a lot of the built-in tools are great. Some of them are even just automatic, so you just have to whip out your phone and hit record and you're good. If you don't want to take the time to set settings and mess around with stuff, then that might be your best option. The downside of this is this may not be usable in every situation. What I mean by that is smartphone camera sensors are super small. They don't do the best in situations where there's not a whole lot of light. In fact, you may have noticed this if you tried shooting with your phone. In certain places where it's dark or just not a lot of light, the image looks really grainy and there's all this like pixelatedness on it. It also depends if you're going for a specific look. Most smartphones will have the ability to capture a wide depth of field, which means it'll see everything that's in the shot. Some people prefer that film look, and what they mean by that is the subject, the person's is in sharp, crystal clear focus, but the background is blurry. It creates this sensation that the background is kind of farther away. There's some depth happening there in the image. It is pleasing to the eye. Some people really like it. Like, they'll go out of their way to get that look. And maybe that's you. You might want that kind of look for your videos. In that case, invest in a mirrorless camera. The pros of having a mirrorless camera is that the lenses are interchangeable, so you can always buy new lenses and swap them out. Different lenses will get you different looks, depending on what the focal length of the lens is and what situation you've got working with, whether it's a small room or a big space. That'll allow you the flexibility to kind of change up how things look. And if that shallow depth of field film look is something you're really interested in, a mirrorless camera will definitely get that done for you. There's also a lot of manual controls on mirrorless cameras, so it makes it really easy to fine-tune your image if you're someone who likes to play around with settings. Most built-in camera apps don't really have a whole lot of tweaking you can do on smartphones, but there are third-party ones you can download to unlock the ability to manually control the settings. Some of those are paid though, or they're free but have some paid in-app purchases kind of stuff that unlocks more features for you. Whereas if you've got a dedicated camera, like a mirrorless camera, you already have the ability to manually change everything. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, to sum it up, smartphone versus mirrorless camera, which one's the best? The answer is, it depends. If you're really big on simplicity and speed and you just want to crank out videos and you're not too concerned about the overall image quality, then a smartphone is probably your best bet. Especially if you don't want to mess around with settings, you just want it to be automatic, you just want to hit record and go. Smartphone's probably your best option. A mirrorless camera might be your best option if you really want to fine-tune settings and make it look the way you want it to, and you do want that kind of high quality, shall we say, film look to your videos. That would be something you want to consider. Or if you have a small space or a big space and you want to have the flexibility of using different lenses to be able to control how the image looks and work with the space you're in. Or if you're filming in a spot that just doesn't have a lot of light for whatever the reason, like a mirrorless camera will be able to function pretty well in that environment. Whereas a smartphone, the image quality will degrade pretty quickly in an environment like that. But honestly, it's up to you which you want to use. I am always using usually my GH5 for making videos. Sometimes I do use my smartphone because it's just easier. That's why sometimes I just like whipping it out and using it because it's so easy just to have your phone on hand and record video that way. With a mirrorless camera like this, there's a lot more setup you gotta do. You gotta do a lot more testing. I like to do things manually myself on a mirrorless camera, so I'm usually getting all the settings and stuff just the way I want it. And that takes time and effort, and sometimes it just kind of demoralizes you. By the time you're done, you spent like half an hour setting up and you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Whereas with the phone, you can just whip it out and hit record right then and there. In fact, that kind of style is becoming more and more popular with platforms like TikTok, who utilize that kind of in-the-moment, quick, fast video. In the end, it's up to you. So, smartphone or mirrorless camera, which one are you using to make videos? Drop a comment below. I'd love to know what your option is and why you like it so much. Also, if you have any video marketing related questions, feel free to drop those in the comments as well, as I will review them and consider answering them in a video in the future. This is Evan with Daily Media, and I'll catch you next time.